If I read you at any point in the last 8 weeks or so, please go get your notes and a pen, because I think we know where these pieces of evidence fit now, based upon what's going on in the headlines. And before I get into this list, I want to make it very clear that I am very bummed out about all of these things becoming relevant for us all. All right. And, if these popped up in your notes when you got your reading with me, feel free to drop it in the comment section under this video, or if you feel like sending me a testimonial or an update message, I'm sure I would love to see that. But let's get into it. Ready? Alabama, Kentucky, Val Kilmer, Top Gun, Doc Holliday, Tombstone, The Doors, Ghost in the Darkness, very specifically Val Kilmer as Batman, 401ks, avoiding the stock market, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, tariffs, and my personal fucking favorite, the term playing chess, not checkers. The number of times these things popped up in readings in the last 8 weeks or so was notable to me, so I kind of kept a mental note. And unfortunately, these are all things that have popped up in the headlines or in pop culture. And this is validation for y'all that yes, your departed loved ones know what's going on right now. They knew before we did. So, hope everyone out there is doing okay. And if you're wondering what my favorite Val Kilmer movie is, it's Ghost in the Darkness. All right, so let's get into this testimonial. Speaking of departed people knowing about things in advance. Here it goes. This is from Miss Debbie. She wrote a very nice detailed message. Debbie says, "Hello, Andy. I hope this email finds you happy and healthy. I wanted to share with you something surprising regarding my last reading from about a year ago. You asked me if I was planning a trip to New Orleans, and I didn't know where that fit, as I had no plans or thoughts about going there. You mentioned not to go there, so in my notes I wrote, 'Do not go to New Orleans.' I wondered for a very long time where or how that would fit in with anything. Out of the blue, my son-in-law connected with his biological father, who he had never met, and was asked to fly out to meet him for the first time in his 40-plus years. In all places, New Orleans. My daughter had just started a new job and was not able to go, and she hates flying as well. Since there was the extra ticket, they both insisted that I get out of town and make the trip with him. My quick answer was, no thank you, I'll pass. It was a very personal trip. He flew out alone, and my daughter stayed. The very next morning, my daughter called me crying hysterically, saying that his father, who resides with them, had just had a heart attack and was being taken to the hospital. She was in a state of panic, asking me to please come and take her to the hospital as she couldn't drive herself. I calmed her down and reassured her that it was going to be okay and that I would be on my way to get her. While I was driving to her, it hit me that I know why I wasn't meant to go to New Orleans. I needed to be here with my daughter to help and support her. She was so thankful that I was here, as she felt helpless with her husband out of town and having to deal with something so serious. His father recovered, and the trip turned out awesome, and my daughter was so thankful that I was here for her. I can now cross off my New Orleans note. Looking forward to another reading. Debbie." So thank you again, Debbie, for sharing, and I'm so glad everyone was okay. I'm going to say it again. Your departed loved ones know what's coming up for you, even when you can't quite see that outcome yet. So if you're wondering what kinds of things your departed loved ones know about future events, clearly they know about people reconnecting with family members that they weren't aware of before. They know about health matters that are coming up. They know how people are going to respond to those things emotionally. And they're certainly very aware of geography. So I hope this helps. So on to what's quickly becoming my favorite segment, things that ticked me off on the internet this week. I'm just going to keep it simple this time. Tariffs and the people with a third grade reading level trying to explain them on TikTok. Enough said. To keep things balanced and positive, I'm also starting a new segment called Things That Made Me Happy This Week. And something that made me happy this week is the Final Destination series. I had never seen them before. I watched all 5 movies, but kind of back to back over the span of about 8 days, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. I actually told myself I wasn't going to talk about horror movies anymore on this show, but I'm making an exception just because they're kind of thematically relevant to mediumship in the sense that they were actually great depictions of synchronicity. Now, I'm not saying that you guys should run around expecting to receive multiple synchronicities to signal your impending doom. Please don't run around expecting that. That's unhealthy. But I'll speak on it from kind of a technical perspective. The synchronicities throughout the films showed up in clusters, as in there were multiple synchronicities in very short periods of time. They were multisensory in the sense that there would be a song and then some kind of imagery going on, or there would be a name on a sign. There would be recurring patterns across the different kill scenes in the synchronicities happening immediately before the action started. So from a technical perspective, again, that is a very correct depiction of synchronicity. I enjoyed that the films were from, kind of late 90s in through the 2000s. That is a period of time I lived through, but was so damn busy that I didn't really get to experience it to its fullest. So it's kind of fun to see the fashion and just the ways in which life and technology was different. I'm sure texting would have probably helped a lot across many of those scenarios. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Final Destination series. And the last segment for this episode is frequently asked questions about spirituality and mediumship. I do get asked a lot, how do you know if you're a medium? And some of you might find this answer unsatisfactory, but it's the truest yardstick or the truest metric I know for if someone has mediumistic ability. If a dead person is talking to you and giving you factual, applicable, helpful information about something that's happening or just happened or is about to happen, that's how you know that you're a medium. And if that happens a lot, and if it happens where you're receiving information about things that don't just affect you, but affect the people around you, that's a pretty sure sign that you are a medium. Anything more ambiguous than that, I am reluctant to call someone a medium. It might be a spirit contact experience if it happens in a one-off basis, but if it's something that's happening to you very regularly, not just for yourself, but also about the people around you, that's a pretty sure indicator that you are a medium. So I hope that helps. And if you guys are wondering what's up on my schedule, I do have a Zoom group for mediumship on April 27th. It's a 6-person Zoom group. Everyone gets a reading. The sign up for that is in the link in the show notes. If you were looking for private readings, I do have 30-minute psychic sessions and 45, 60, and 75-minute mediumship sessions available. There is availability open for those throughout the summer and into the fall if you go to my website. Again, link in the show notes. If you're looking to find me on other social media platforms, check out my YouTube. If you're watching this right now, you are probably already on YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and give me a little thumbs up or a comment. If you are looking for me on TikTok, I'm Andy Ray Medium. I will never DM you on any platform, by the way. I do not have a Facebook. There's actually an impersonator account of me on Facebook, and it has like 1,000 followers or something. It's truly alarming. I am not on Facebook. That is not me. If you're looking for me on Instagram, I'm there against my will, Andy Ray Medium. You can find me on Blue Sky, Andy Ray Medium. I'm on the Evolve Plus app as Andy Ray, verified creator. If you're in Evolve, make sure you follow your favorite creators because that's how you will see their content and be notified that they have gone live. So if you're already in Evolve, make sure you're following me. And if you're not already in Evolve, make sure you check it out in the App Store. I think I can put a link in the show notes for that here too. And that's everything for this episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you next time.